Hello everybody, Stuart from Riku here. Today I want to go over how to save a prompt, and I thought that I'd make this video just to showcase that very clearly. When you're building with AI, it's super easy to build it within the playground, but one of the most common things that we hear within the support is we're not getting the same result that we are getting in the playground when we have saved it and try and use it in the future. So hopefully this video is going to be helpful for everyone who's sort of feeling that, and we will showcase it and make it super simple for you to understand. So let's get into it. So I am here within Riku. I am in the playground, and I thought today would be fun to make a hashtag generator because they're very easy to make, and you see me just sort of building it out now. What I am doing is I'm just putting a bunch of random, what could be Twitter posts, and then asking it to generate some hashtags, and it's doing that for me. So I could just say, great day cycling with the boys. We hit a few summits and definitely worked up a sweat. So from this, you can see we're just building it out. So we have the example, and then we're letting the AI do the work. And whilst I'm building this out, I'm using the generate button because I'm just being lazy, and I can edit and tweak anything that comes. So you'll see here, we're getting some quite good outputs now. So cycling with the boys, climbs, summit, pretty good. Let's just do one more for the sake of it. So again, we're just putting our input, the post, colon, and we're putting our stop sequence in between each of these. Remember, stop sequence goes in between both the input and the output. It's generally the way that we like to do it, and the sort of standard system that we're trying to sort of, hope that everyone sort of adheres to. It just makes everything a lot easier. It's easier for you when you're building, if you're building in the standard sort of way, and it's easier for us when we are debugging, if we have to debug anything. So, yeah, let's just do another post example. And for this one, let's say we've done exercise, we've done technology, we've done sport, we haven't done food. So let's do cooking up a storm in my kitchen, made the best spaghetti bolognese of my life. Mum would be proud. Am I secretly Italian? So we're just putting nonsense here, and it's great fun to do these because then we can just hit generate and see what the AI comes up with. And if it comes up with something good, then we don't have to do anything. If it does, then we can just take a few of these out. So what I can do is I'd probably just take these two out because they're pretty irrelevant, but these other ones are pretty good. And we have our post then. So this is great. You see here the title, generate relevant hashtags that could be used for the following social media posts for Twitter. Notice that we are saying particularly for Twitter. If I was to build something like this for Instagram, I'd probably focus on including some emojis and a bit more fun. The posts would tend to be a bit longer, I'd imagine. But because we are focusing purely on Twitter, we're doing it in this way. So that's another sort of thing that you could do. You could take this hashtag generator that we built for Twitter. You could try it out in the playground for yourself. You could modify it. Wherever it says Twitter, put Instagram. And from that, you could get some really powerful stuff. So it's very easy to do that within the prompts within Riku. So now we have the prompt set up. What we are going to do is we will look at the settings. So we're using GPT-J for that. So very easy, GPT-J. And on the side here, we are looking at the settings. I was working on something else before, so it's pretty much set up in a way that was set up before. So tokens, that's fine. We're nowhere near the 2048 limit. That's super fine. Temperature 0.7. I quite like the outputs we were getting there. So I'm not going to touch this at all. I'm going to keep it like that. That seems really good to me. Output tokens is way longer than it needs to be. You'll see here, we are getting a bunch of words at best, maybe 20, 30, 40 characters maximum. So I could actually take this right down. And I probably am going to take this down to 30 because I think that's going to be fine for getting the outputs that we need. It just makes it more efficient. Remember, if we have the output tokens and the stop sequence set correctly, we're going to save ourselves time. Things are going to process faster, and we're going to have less chance of issues going on. So it's always worth setting that correctly. And the stop sequence is our line break hash hash hash, which is what we like. So don't need to change anything there because we are using the standard sort of format, and that's one of the other advantages of using the standard format. So now we're getting into how to actually save the prompt, and this is, I don't want to beat around bush or go too fast on this, so let's just go into this and do it sort of a nice sort of simple general way. So we click save prompt here, and we get the options to save as new or overwrite an existing. What we want to do, we want to save as new. This is a new prompt, and we can give it a name. So here we can say Twitter hashtag generator. And we need to determine how many input fields there are. And you'll notice if we look here, we have one input field, which is our post and the colon. So post colon, post colon, post colon, one input field each time. If we had like blog title, blog description, that would be two. But because there's only one, we only need to put one. So we could put one, and then we can come in to defining our inputs. So now this first box where it says first input, for example, title colon, is where we want what it is written within the prompt. So what was it again? Let's just check. We have post colon. So we can come in and we can put post colon. And then this input title here is how this is going to look on the front end. So when somebody comes to use your prompt, whether it be you personally, your team, because we have team function now, and it's great to use with your team, or if you put it in the community showcase, somebody else could come to it. This is really an instruction for them saying, what the hell am I supposed to put here? So we could just put, please provide your Twitter post, and they will know to provide their Twitter post. Let's just tidy that up to make it nice, all capitals. And then it's asking for an example of the input, and this is where I have to come up with another example on the fly. So let's just go for something. I'm looking around like a madman. Oh, there's some clothes about. Let's just say gone shopping with the sweetheart, got a new wardrobe and some fresh new kicks. Can't wait to model these out on the town. So just something completely random like that about fashion, and we have everything we need. So the post at the top, post colon, is how it appears within the playground prompt. So post matches up to here. Second one is what the title looks like on the front end for somebody else who's going to come and run this. So this is when you come and run it. If you come into my prompts and run it, or if you see it in the community showcase and run it, this is the instruction telling what needs to be here. And this bottom one is just an example of a post. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this to the clipboard so we can actually use this one to generate an output in a second. So once we've done that, all we have to do is we hit save input. And now we are on step 3, which is going to tell us to give the prompt a description. And I guess what I should say is at any time, if you want to cycle back through these, you can just click and you'll go back and the information is saved. And if you click out of this and then come back in, this information will remain. It won't delete each time. So it will still be there. If you can't remember like what your input was and wanted to click out to check it, then that is totally fine. But here in the prompt description, what we need to do is we just give it a description. And this is helpful for you to remember what it is if your title wasn't so great, or it's helpful for your team to know, or for the community showcase. So we could say this prompt was built with hashtags for Twitter in mind. making up a few different posts in various situations, gave the AI a great knowledge of hashtags and what we expect to happen. Try it out. Try it out for yourself. So yeah, I'm going to put this in the community showcase. So I'm writing it as if I'm talking to all of you users, because I want you to go and check it out and see how you can use it for yourself. So the final step is submit, and on to the final step. And then we have this field here, run prompt as chatbot. We don't want to run it as a chatbot, so we have no. Do we want to share it with the community? Yes, because I share most things with the community. But if you wanted to share it private, you just hit no there, and then it would not be shared with the community. Quick note on sharing with the community: if you do that, there's a short sort of approval process where we check it manually just to make sure that everything is right and it works and everything's cool for other people to use it. So that's why these things do not immediately appear when they are shared with the community. They usually appear within 24 hours, if not sooner. And then what we need to do is we just go complete submission, and we'll get a nice little alert at the top saying our prompt has been saved successfully. And now, if we wanted to use that, what we could do is we go into my prompts, and we can get into using it here, Twitter hashtag generator. And just a quick note, this is a very funny prompt that we just created earlier, boyfriend breaking up. We wrote the funniest instruction for it, where it's like a boyfriend who just doesn't care anymore, just wants to get out of the relationship, and you can play the role of the partner and try and talk them round. But I tell you now that you're not going to have much success. They seem pretty dead set on getting out of the relationship. But if we wanted to use the Twitter hashtag generator, we'd click in here, and you'll see what we provided as the input title is here. What we provided as the placeholder is here, and we can go in. I paste in what I copied earlier as the placeholder, and we can generate an output. So if we hit execute prompt, we get some nice stuff. So we got shopping with the sweetheart, new wardrobe, model new kicks. Works for me. So that is pretty much it. Very, very simple, very easy to use. I hope that this video has been helpful. It's just a quick way for you to sort of refresh yourself on how to save a prompt successfully and make sure that everything is sort of correct when you are doing it. It couldn't be easier. If you do need any help, just reach out. But I think this video covers a lot of the potential issues, and it should make it a lot simpler for you, and you should be a lot more comfortable in using Riku and saving prompts within your account. So I hope this has been helpful. If you are looking to get into AI and start to build your own AI prompts and really unleash the potential, then feel free to join us at Riku.ai today, or join our growing community on Facebook. We're really having a blast with this product, and I'm super excited to work on it every day, and more videos and more tutorials are coming all the time. So stay tuned. Thank you.